Please be seated. Good morning. Thank you, every one of you, for being here today. I only get one shot at this, so I'm glad to see all of you here to witness my attempt. One shot. That's all I get. That's all you get. Sounds a little bit like life, doesn't it? I know you're saying, wow, 2 lines in, Finn's already dropped some G quotes on us. I apologize. But seriously, it's a high-stakes line of thinking, isn't it? So I'll lay it out for all of you. I talk about only having one shot, because in the end, there's only one thing that matters, and that's happiness. You may remember Angelo speaking about it a few weeks ago. To me, happiness isn't just about feeling content. It's about having meaning and purpose, having a drive, having a passion. And in my short years, if I could think of one thing that makes a world of difference in life, it's having a passion. So I'll talk about mine a little bit. And that passion is acting. On stage, on screen, in life, acting, to me, is everywhere. Right now, standing up here, I'm at peace with myself. I drink in every moment of performing. Maybe I just like the attention. I don't know. But I do know that performing lifts me up. It makes me feel like I could touch the hearts and minds of everyone out in the audience. Konstantin Stanislavski once said, "Remember, there are no small parts, only small actors." Stanislavski's system of method acting, otherwise known as the method, is one of the most famous in the world. In the context of the quote, he means that everyone on stage must believe that they are who they are embodying. But to me, it means something much greater than what the quote literally says. The quote means that everyone can do their bit to be generous, to have integrity, no matter how small it may seem. So clearly I love acting. I love making that connection, building that relationship between 2 characters or 2 people. But how did I come to this point? As young as the 4th grade, I felt like I fit in with no one. I would bounce between groups of friends, the guys who played football at lunch or the ones who played Pokemon on their Game Boys. But this was elementary school, and what did it matter? I got older, almost in high school, and groups got more divided. I felt like I was being torn apart from the inside. Where do I belong? What am I doing? Does anyone like me anyway? I didn't even want to come here, to Appleby, because I didn't want to lose these, what I thought to be friends that I had. So I left, and I thought, okay, I'd start fresh, make some true friends, but grade 9 was the same. I didn't know who I belonged with, even though our grade was so tight-knit, and still is. Was I closer with the kids who had been here in middle school, or the kids who were new like me? I acted pompous and cocky. I thought I was the best at everything. I put on this role. So really, for 2 years, I method acted my way through school. It took until the summer after grade 10 for me to figure it out. So Fernando, I'm going to call you out here. Fernando and I were traveling in France with some other people from Appleby, and he goes, "Hey, I'm doing the show outside of school, and they really need a guy to perform, and you take drama class, and I've heard you sing, so I'm going to tell the lady you're going to do it, okay?" I was signed up before I even told my parents about the thing. Needless to say, that was a good call, buddy, so thank you. I come back from summer break in the fall, and everything clicks. I think, wow, this acting thing's amazing. I found my passion. I feel like me. And with that, I acted like me. I became a nicer guy, calm and collected when I needed to be, and weird whenever I could. I can really say, without that realization, that spark, I wouldn't have the group of rock-solid, tight-knit friends that I have today. I'm really a very private guy. I fully trust very few, but I know who I am and where I belong. This is what having a love for something can do for you. Thinking of this, I'm reminded of my dad. My dad had no idea what he wanted to do going forward from university, other than the fact that he wanted to marry my mom, which is probably a good call from my perspective. But he found a job that he loves and he's passionate about. Supplementing his career with activities he's passionate about, his activity of choice being road cycling, I've never seen a happier man. An example of something I like doing is just being a social guy. Even saying, "Hey," or "How's it going?" can lift someone up and make them feel good. They're happy, and you feel happy. And that's the goal, right? Some situations call for different roles, so to speak. Sometimes you have to be serious, sometimes goofy, but all the time, you have to be you. So I have a little piece of advice Find your passion. Love what you do. And don't ever let it go. Just do it, in the wise words of Shia LaBeouf. Because if you have that, what else matters? Be generous to yourself. Treat yourself well, because you get out what you put in. And what better to do that than with something you love? And honestly, having that drive in ourselves can make us act with stronger character, be more generous, and have more integrity. Like I said, be generous to yourself, and you will feel great. But be generous to others, and you'll both feel great. And that's the core of my message here. We often hear charities asking whatever sum you can give, because every little bit counts. But some common thoughts are, I'm just one person. How can I have any effect? What does it matter? It's not like I'm helping anyway. But that is the core of the issue. Because if everyone thought that way, be it about giving to charity or living your life, nothing would get done. Luckily, we all belong to a community as giving and involved as Appleby, be it with the Nepal relief last year or the refugee drive this year. Appleby tends to be on the pulse of giving. But I encourage all of you to think smaller scale about being generous. Because as much as the grand act matters, the little things are just as important. As head of house, I see this regularly. Friends can really help each other out if they simply take the time out of their day to do something small. And that feeling of togetherness and generosity is something I'm trying to preach in Cali this year. So branch out. Say hi to everyone you don't know. Be kind to everyone you meet. There's a term in improv acting called an offer. When you give an actor an offer, it advances the scene. So on a daily basis, offer people a smile to advance their day. Now, generosity is an interesting word because it has evolved so much over time. It has its roots in the Latin word generosus, which means of noble birth. Nobles were expected to exemplify all the characteristics of strong character: honesty, integrity, courage, willingness to give, and the like. But the word has evolved from referring to nobles to describing people with these noble characteristics, people with these admirable qualities who expect nothing in return for their actions. So be noble. Be generous. I believe every little thing people do has an impact. So live your life with these qualities of generosity, and you will have a positive impact. Now, I mentioned that being generous to others can have benefits for both parties, but instead of taking me at my word, consider this. A 2013 review of 40 international studies suggests that volunteering can add years to your life. Some studies suggesting that volunteering can lead to a 22% reduction in mortality. Furthermore, one study found that people who completed 5 small acts of kindness, like helping a friend, visiting a relative, or writing a thank you note, one day a week for 6 weeks, experienced a significant boost in overall feelings of well-being. The study's co-authors suggested that each action has a cumulative effect. The more nice things you do, the more people will respond positively toward you, and the better you'll feel. See, this isn't a new idea. In my role as a prefect, has allowed me to see what doing these little things can mean to others. These small actions can affect great change if everyone goes out and does them. And why not feel good? By doing good things. Now, I brought up 2 seemingly polarizing ideas in this speech. The first, in short, was find your passion. Find it even if you've got no clue what it could be. Find it even if the answer is clear as day. Find it, because I know it will change your life, whatever it is. I don't know where my life will lead with acting, but I know when I'm older, it will be a big part of my life, be it as my career or not. So wait, am I saying be selfish? Well, no. Because the second idea was to be generous to others, right? I'm of the mind that if you take care of yourself, if you're generous to yourself, you'll be more apt to be generous to others. Don't completely sacrifice your own happiness, but be as giving as you can be. And then it's a positive chain reaction. You feel good about yourself, so you're generous, and you make others feel good. They feel good, and it grows exponentially. You see where I'm going with this? Like I said, we all only get one shot, so we may as well do it the way that makes us happy. Now please rise and sing hymn number 423, How Great Thou Art.